listen, for the markets right now, I mean, all eyes are on Greece. That's clearly what we're looking for. We're hearing it. We've been dealing with this dance all week, Tracy, as you know. So once you start hearing that there is going to be a deal, then there isn't a deal. The meetings are being canceled. Now the latest is that there is going to be a deal next week. So look, when that happens, if it does happen, the question remains, how is that going to benefit the United States? Probably won't. However, the inverse of that is that if a deal was not going to be taking place, the obviously inverse reaction there would be quite negative. So all traders right now are looking for what's taking place over there.
I know, but this is so day to day. It's really almost laughable how we react so instantaneously to what's going on over there. Let's talk about what's going on here at home now. We got like this slight tick up in our CPI number. You know, economic data has been good, not great. Earnings are okay. Market's up though, man. Market seems to be on a little bit of a run.
It is, actually, and there's a couple of reasons for that. One is this feeling of accommodation. Are we going to have Chairman Bernanke actually deliver the goods for a quantitative easing program? If it does happen, that's wonderful for stocks. Traders are not elected officials. We're not saying it's great for the overall economy, but we do know it's great for the stock market, so we're hoping the chairman actually comes through with that. However, when you start looking at all of the macro data, you're right. I mean, it's been decent. It hasn't been great, but it definitely hasn't been poor. So the chairman probably had a better shot of selling a QE3 last fall when things were what they were. I mean, the markets were sliding, macro data was quite poor, than he probably does now. So especially in a hotly contested field for the White House, you have to suspect that the chairman's going to have his back against the wall if he's going to try to sell Congress on a third round of accommodation.
I think, though, but doesn't the market seem to anticipate that, though, anyway? Like, regardless of how hard the fight's going to be, I think the market's expecting it, no?
Look, the volume at the markets is so abysmally low right now. Everybody is they're walking around there. I mean, from 12 to 3, they might as well put cots down there. Right. I mean, everybody's taking a nap. There's nothing going on. So as a result, you have to suspect that, okay, it's only high-frequency trading that's taking place. But the traders that are involved, the professionals, the hedge fund managers, yeah, there is this anticipation that we will have a quantitative easing 3, only because, and it's all political, Tracy, only because you have the independent central bank will be leaned on by the White House. You know, Barack Obama wants these guys to do some type of accommodation. If he does, if Ben Bernanke does, then you know that we're going to have a boost up in GDP. It's going to be great for the stock market. It will improve the wealth effect. But more importantly, for the White House, it will get another 4 years there. So I think we're all playing the game. We're playing the betting game that will happen. And if it does happen, it will happen in the second quarter.
Let's talk about then back here at home, because your stock picks today are like good old American companies, Campbell Soup, Heinz, and Nordstrom's, right? I mean, can't get much more American than that. Why?
That's right.
I mean, we're betting on the consumer, basically.
Well, look, Heinz and Campbell Soup released earnings this morning, and both did very well. They're both trading high in intraday trading right now. Last I checked, Heinz was up 5% today. Yeah. Campbell Soup's up 3%. The big boost, though, on both of those companies clearly is emerging markets. Heinz especially, they saw a big bump in emerging markets right now. That's been great for them. Plus, they have some new products coming out. You know, we've talked many times on the show, Tracy, about going to the Costco's of the world and buying that big 12-gallon jug of ketchup. Well, Heinz is actually going to be coming out with a miniature size, similar to what you see in the restaurants, but they're putting those on the grocery store shelves. They're expecting a big bump up from that. Campbell Soup has been great by introducing new products, but again, their growth has been wonderful because of emerging markets. You've heard the same story with Coca-Cola, McDonald's as well, and therefore you're hearing that on these two. When Nordstrom released earnings yesterday, they weren't that good, but when you start looking, when you dig down into the details, though, you still see that the company is enjoying a 40% plus profit margin. They saw online sales increase 35%. That's a big number for them. What Nordstrom needs to do is start breaking away from those giant big box locations and just stick to those Nordstrom racks, similar to the ones that you see out of Union Square in New York. So I think that will help the company down the road.